There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Welcome to the offseason, gang. Episode 39. I looked it up. Who is the most famous NFL player, number 39?
No idea. Danny Whitehead. Was he 39?
Hey, speaking of which, by the way, did you see Danny Whitehead shot like a 71 at a U.S. Open qualifier?
It's Woodhead. It's Woodhead, not
Whitehead. It's not Whitehead, Pete.
What? I don't even know.
He's trying to qualify for the U.S. Open.
He hit a 71, I saw.
Yeah, he made it past the first round of whatever qualifier he was in.
Don't look this question up, but who in our league was most likely to have started Danny Woodhead 2 consecutive weeks in one season?
CJ Spade.
Yeah, CJ probably.
Wow, what makes you guys both say that so quickly?
I think I remember him being on the team, his team.
He seems like a CJ guy.
For what reason, though? Explain your thoughts.
Because he sucked.
All right, everyone, welcome back. It's episode 39. It's the Larry Zonka episode.
Oh.
Or if you want to go homegrown, it's Steven Jackson episode. You know, I have a
Lawrence Maroney? Is he 39?
37?
I think he's 39.
He was.
I don't know. Well, we're missing one. We have no DeVito, as always. I'm Mike. We have a new format tonight because we don't have Zoom or on Google Hangouts. Brian Casey's next to me on his phone. Case, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's up? The 2022-23 edition of the pod is being brought to you by Google Hangout.
Good ad drop. And numero uno. Pete, I miss you, buddy. I haven't seen your hair's long.
Yeah, we'll see if Google Hangout even works. I'm not even 100% sure. So.
I see the red REC in the corner. So
Yeah.
Steve DeVito's doing his best Nick Sakili impression tonight. Steve, Pete, my first question is to you. I saw your email. Draft lotteries in the books. Yeah. I have no idea who is drafted the NFL draft, so I'm not going to go there. I also saw you book the house.
So I haven't booked the house yet. I have I sent out the information for everybody to do stuff.
Yeah.
And if
anyone do anything.
No, if anyone feels like doing anything, that would be great. But don't come to me in August and tell me that you're upset that we're not having a draft. No one's done anything.
Do you need people to pay you before the house goes down? What do you want this process to be?
Just Venmo me whenever. I can put the money down. It's not a big deal.
All right. Do you want to give someone, like, if you pay Pete before June 1st, we'll put you in a lottery. The winner of the lottery gets to be the guest on our next podcast.
Yeah, you can be the guest on our in-person podcast that we can do there.
Wow.
Yeah, get ready for that.
I'm not sure to there. All right, so you need everybody. You sent us, if you said, by the way, biggest surprise, Kevin Breen, 2 nights away from his family.
Kevin Breen was one of the funniest text messages ever. Don't get married in August. the draft's in August. I thought that was fantastic. Go ahead.
But he's going 2 nights.
Yeah, going 2 nights. I'm a little confused about what we're doing because I don't want to go golfing.
Okay.
Despite the clubs. I don't want to go.
What's the detail? What do we have? It's Friday night and Saturday night.
Friday night, Saturday into Sunday, whatever. I was gonna book it until Sunday. The thing is, Andy wants to go golfing at his country club in Hopkinton, which makes me think like, well, why don't we just do an Airbnb in Milford or Hopkinton or somewhere around there, or whatever, you know? I don't know. So
all right. Well, what we're gonna can you and your cousin, like, that's the one person you should be able to easily coordinate with. So you connect with Ange.
Well, here's the deal. I think that the date's gonna come, and then Andy's gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm not going." So I don't know if.
But do you need people to lock? Let's discuss this. Do we need people to lock in now, or do you feel like you have enough sense of who's going?
Yeah, I thought we were past the sense of locking in. Yeah,
it's all done.
I thought it was done.
I thought it was done.
Pete,
what do you mean?
I need you to coordinate with Andy on the golf. My thought was people get there Friday after work. Show up when you show up. Friday. I'm not there Friday. I have to go to a wedding. I'm a great wedding guest, by the way. If I'm ever a fringe wedding guest, bring me. I'm always a positive vibe at the wedding. I thought people were going to do their thing at Friday night. I thought there was a contingency that was going to golf on Saturday. And then I thought you were the only one not golf on Saturday. And Pete, I was just going to come up and bring food and we could just grill and stuff. When people show up, you and I are there drinking, having food, and then they show up. We hang out, spend some time together, and then we draft at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, I mean, you're pretty spot on. I guess I'm just kind of worried about the golf crew. I was trying to be a little bit more accommodating for these people that want to go golf for free at Andy's place or go golf at a course nearby.
If we're going to go to Andy, we got to get this figured out with Andy. If we're going to go up to Andy's place, there's no reason we should go. We're going nowhere near Andy.
Exactly. Hence the problem.
Andy.
So,
Pete, what town are we in? What town is this in?
Caldwell.
Yeah, we did pick a place that's need nothing too, so golf is really our only option.
And I have checked the Airbnbs and all of them. This is the best place to go. There is no other. They're like,
I will say the one thing I liked about it when I was reading it, it says it's very secluded.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's on water, which is nice.
I don't think it's Caldwell, Connecticut.
Well, whatever it is, I don't know. But anyway, riveting podcast material. I
want to cover this. This is part of the pod. This was on the agenda.
At some point, somebody needs to make a move and start Venmoing money. But I want to lock it in because I don't want it to go away. I was surprised that it was still available when I sent the last email. So
what's their cancellation?
You have to place, Pete. You just need people to pay you. Is that?
He hasn't booked it yet because no one's paid him.
Yeah, so pay before.
But I will. I was just a little concerned about, is this the place we're going with? We're 100% here. We're going with, and the return policy is like whatever, Mike. It was like up to like the next week you get 100% of money, so it doesn't even matter. But
I think that was confirmed. I think the date and location and place was all voted on and approved.
All right, good. I'll put the money down tonight, and then we'll start doing Venmos. So the way I broke out the money was, if you were staying by night, it was basically $200. It was $100 a night. So if you're staying 2 nights, it's 200. If you're staying 1, it's 1.
Pete, I just paid you.
Yeah.
And then if I Google Caldwell, Connecticut golf, there's a place called Stony Brook Golf. There's a place called Torrington Country Club. Or if we want to do what Steve DeVito will want to do, there's a great Frisbee golf course.
Ooh.
In Winston, Connecticut.
I want to eat a lot. I want to get some pizzas. I want to drink a lot. I think that will be fun.
Well, I figure, Pete, Saturday night when I come up, I'll bring stuff. And then you and I can just cook for the crew, and we'll do that Saturday when we get there.
I want to do a live. I want to do a live podcast. I think
it's going to be great. I think it's going to be great.
Okay.
Case, anything else to add for the draft?
No, looking forward to it. I'll be a Saturday morning drive up to golf, draft, and then leave the next day. So that's my plan.
All right, let me make sure you're on for one night.
I am.
You're in for one night.
Again, I thought this was all done. So
the real question, I have a real question now.
Jeez.
DeVito's off the table because you already mentioned it. Of these 3 people, and DeVito's 2 nights here, he's going. Of these 3 people, okay, who's the most likely for a last-minute backout? Christian? Steve? Breen?
I would say it's not Christian. Christian has a fake love for this league. He loves this league. He
loves this league.
He's gonna be at the drafts and do everything. CJ told me that a couple of years ago. He's like, this kid's not missing. So it would leave DeVito, which I think DeVito would be excited to see us. So I'm gonna say Breen.
Even though he's 2 nights.
Yeah, Breen's not. Oh yeah. I don't know.
I think it's DeVito. And he's not on the pod, so I'll say it behind his back. I think DeVito's, if anyone's dropping, something's going to come up.
Where is he? What is it? It's softball season, so now he's
the AD. He's the acting AD because of COVID outbreak in Milford.
That's right. I forgot.
All right. Next big offseason storyline.
What are we talking about?
Jeff Innes.
Oh.
Congrats to Jeff. I don't know what his future wife's name is. Alyssa? Laura?
Anna.
Hannah.
Anna. A.
Anna or Anna?
I don't know.
Congrats to Jeff. Congrats to Anna.
Same letters.
When do we think think Jeff's next title is? Over under 2029.
Anna Innes. 2029. I'm gonna go under. I think he wins another one, but you're talking wedding and kids. That's gonna be a long period.
He's gotta come fast. I'm with you on that one. All right. Congratulations, Jeff. We're proud of you. I give us a lot of credit for this, you know.
I've had a wedding and kids on the books since 2002.
My joke, just louder. Again.
I think I talked over your joke, Pete. Sorry about that. I don't have my rhythm. All right, let's get into the meat and potatoes. Pete, I know you haven't been following, but there's been a bunch of off-season moves that certainly will have shifted in the NFL standpoint what's happening in fantasy football. I think the only substantial trade was between Case and I, that the day after the trade, my main guy in the trade got suspended. So I don't even want to talk about that. I still think I won the trade because DeAndre Swift's the best player in the trade, but beside the point. Let's get folks' takes on the NFL offseason. Bunch of moves, any moves that you think were more important in the league than others? And with that question, any managers positively and negatively impacted? Case, very open-ended question. I'm going to give you the space to kind of take it and hear what you have to say.
Negatively impacted, Andy DeVita.
Ooh, well.
For the sole reason is that he's got the number 1 overall pick, and I don't know where you go at this point. I almost want to say that a keeper or a dropped player might be the safest bet, depending on what happens. Because if there's a guy that might have worked out well or having a lot of picks, it's probably Larkin. Because wide receivers were taken in the first round, like 30.
Less than that, but a lot.
It couldn't be more random right now. Which one of those guys are going to jump? Ones are going to fall through. Like normally you're trying to pick between 5 or 6. Now you got to pick between double digits. So he's got the safest bet. I don't know what DeVita's going to go. If I had to guess right now, he'd probably go with Kenneth Walker III in Seattle.
Is he Seattle or the Jets?
AC Seattle.
I bet you he goes Jets. I bet you he does Jets. Because he picked Tevin Coleman last year. He likes Jets running back. What's the Jets guy's name? Hall?
Yeah. I don't know, from Iowa State. BB or something.
You only know his college? You don't know his name?
Yeah.
That's insanity. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, wow. All right.
So I hope they beat Kenneth Walker, though. Seattle.
Right.
Go back to
Pete, did I give you enough time to Google NFL transactions in the offseason so you can have an opinion?
Yeah, you did. I think the worst move is that the Washington Commanders overpaid for Carson Wentz. No, I don't know. I honestly, I haven't been following it that much. It doesn't seem like too much has been affected. I remember since the Devontae Adams stuff, that was kind of the big things that I remember. Other than every Alabama wide receiver being arrested in the last couple of days. That was crazy. I really did think that he was with an underage prostitute for about 2 hours.
Yeah, I was surprised how quickly you fell for that joke. It seemed like an obvious joke to me.
Who was it? CJ? They put out like 3 consecutive.
We're all getting back in form.
Hey, you guys got to give him credit. The best text on that chain was Christian DeDarian.
What, we started talking about you?
Oh, the guy wore a Messiah, whatever, Star of Judah, because his name was Jew, whatever it was. I'm not Jewish. I don't know what they are. You know? No? You guys didn't see that text?
No.
Yeah.
All right, here's you guys didn't give the takes I want. So I thought off-season from an NFL standpoint, Case, good mini draft analysis. Pete, doesn't seem like you still have a clue what's going on. Fine.
I have no idea what's going on.
I thought the winner of the offseason so far was Breen. I thought Michael Thomas just going to return. I thought Juju going to the Chiefs put someone who I thought was close to unkeepable now into a legit keeper on his team.
Juju went to the Chiefs?
Juju went to the Chiefs. And he had somebody else.
Is he a 1 or 5, Mike?
What?
Is he a 1 or 3 or a 5?
Oh, yeah.
He's probably a 3.
Okay.
Ooh.
I should redo the rankings. And then for the offseason, I thought my offseason is the most tumultuous because of the move. Tyreek, Devonta, and now Hopkins. So I have 3 of my big guys super uncertain.
What happened with Tyreek? Where'd he go?
Miami.
Oh.
And then there was a clip. Tua underthrowing him in practice. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it.
That sounds terrible. I feel like I knew all this and then I forgot it all.
Should be worried about it.
No, Case, I don't worry about much, man.
Yeah, but I think it's all an act. You do the same thing last year, and then you panic at the end.
What?
Oh.
I panicked last year?
I think so, a little bit.
No, I didn't panic last year. You guys, I thought, were unfairly ganging up on me and using bad logic. I just don't like bad logic.
Hey, what were your thoughts about that text about your draft picks?
I couldn't believe how bad those picks were.
Why do you make such awful picks? Like,
this is the one thing I don't know if I'm not a good fantasy football player. Like, I have a bad track record.
Yeah, we know.
Well, Brent Richardson actually got off to a good start that first year. He was like close to 1,000 yards and like almost 10 touchdowns, and then fell off the face of the earth.
Who was it? Trent Richardson.
Tavon Austin.
The Trent Richardson pick was I used the right logic to get there. He just ended up stinking.
Yeah, we know you hate bad logic.
Tavon Austin, you did not.
Well, he was hold on. This is what I mean, though, Brian. He was a first-round drafted running back on a team that didn't have a running back that was committed to running the ball. He just stunk.
I know. It's like taking Gus Edwards 2nd overall.
Well, no, because he was a rookie. It was way different. Hold on. Who was the other one? Tavon Austin was a bad pick.
Yeah. Tavon Austin, you passed on Eddie Lacy and
that year had like
Le'Veon Bell. Yeah. Le'Veon Bell, you passed on.
That was I had Le'Veon Bell last year. Hold on.
This guy going to be he's going to return punts, receive. He's going to work out of the backfield like this kind of jack of all trades. That's never actually really worked, until now, really, with Debo and.
And Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram wasn't a bad pick.
Always been a two back guy though,
Complete silence.
Well, it's different now. If I have the one pick this year, if I'm DeVita, I think you pick a receiver. Pick the one you like the best and pick the receiver. Personally,
there's nothing you can do with this one. Just chalk it up to a bad year. You can't even trade it.
Just pick the guy you like the best. I don't know who. I have no idea who these guys. I don't watch any college football. I've done no scouting. Didn't like a receiver go 6th? I don't pick that guy.
The guy from Penn State's good. I know that.
Doxson? No, he's not. He wasn't a good. The other guy, who's the guy who the Lions traded up for? Jamison Williams. People say he's good. Pick someone like. If I'm DeVita, that's what I do. I pick a receiver.
Jamison Williams has a torn ACL. He won't play till mid-year.
So what? DeVita has Calvin Ridley. He's not playing until next year. Push it to next year.
I have a question.
Chris Carson, who's still got a broken neck and probably.
Chris Carson's done, dude. Didn't they draft the running back and they had Penny? He's done. Who has Carson? You or him?
I traded to him last year.
Oh, mega deal.
Yeah, the mega deal.
When will Andy DeVita buy his fantasy magazine this year?
Oh, on his way to Connecticut.
Yeah, at a Citgo stop on the way to Cumberland, Connecticut.
On his way to Connecticut, no question about it.
Both have the same answer.
Mike, actually, I just pulled up the rosters looking quick. You know who might actually made out okay was D'Adarian. Robinson going to St. Louis, or I'm sorry, L.A. Rams. L.A. Rams.
Cooper going to Cleveland.
Yeah, going to Cleveland, getting out of Detroit. Sutton
now without Judy.
Sutton gets a quarterback, and now his partner in crime is actually.
Hey, don't say that.
Allegedly. And then he gets ETN for that risky pick. Looks like he's going to be the guy.
So do you guys think this is a part of Darian's plan, or did he fall just backwards right into it?
Fell right into it.
Part of his plan.
Really?
Yeah. Well, which part? ETN, this was his plan. That's why he said he drafted him.
ETN's the only one that's part of the plan.
Would you guys?
Well, I don't think it was part of his plan. I think if you keep a guy like Robinson, you kind of know he's going to be a free agent. You hope he goes somewhere else. I don't know if it was part of his plan.
Would you guys ever consider tanking a year? Like tanking a year?
See who?
No. Would you ever consider tanking a year?
No.
Yeah, neither would I. It seems like it would be stupid to be like, well, I guess I'm out.
Now that we have weekly points, I think I'd rather just try to win money.
Right. Boom, baby.
I mean, our league is so jammed up in the middle every year anyways. You're 1 or 2 weeks away from being in it.
I think if you told me in week 10, Pete, if I was 4-6, 3-7, and the trade deadline was there, I could certainly potentially sell assets, but it would take me a long time during a season to feel like I had to, like what DeVito did this past year. I would never think to do that.
He did it in week 2 or whatever it was, week 3.
Week 2.
I finished in last place in this league before, and even when I've sold off assets and coming to the end, I still want to ruin people's seasons. Like, I'd still want to beat them.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because you're vindictive.
Well. Who knows?
All right. Any other football to talk about?
The Patriots traded Jared Stidham today. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he went to Vegas.
For what?
I don't know, but McDaniels wants him.
I think I saw it was Stidham and a 7th for a 6th-round pick next year.
I can see that. Smart move.
Moved up around.
Interesting.
Obviously, that was Josh's guy, not Bill's guy.
Yeah. I guess.
Mm-hmm. Anything we need to alert the league of? I wanted to cover drafting stuff to make sure people saw that. I wanted to do Dumb Man's off-season review, which we did. Do you want to go through everyone's roster again and see who people are going to get?
Maybe we could go over the next ranking system live.
Yeah, do the way too early. Who's going in the first couple picks? Pete won't be the guy.
No, Pete won't know. Hold on.
I don't even know the names.
What's the order? DeVita, Lloyd, Green, Spates. So DeVita, I think will take the guy on the Jets. I think Lloyd's going to pick back-to-back receivers. Maybe he'll take Walker, and I think he takes the receiver who went to the Saints. You tell me what the names are.
Chris Olave.
Breen takes Jameson Williams.
Oh, man.
I mean, it depends on people who get capped, too. There's guys. Any good free agents?
It's interesting because there's two. One of those names is Burks, Traylon Burks, who went to Tennessee, and they just got rid of A.J. Brown. And
he'll go up there. Lloyd's going to pick him.
He's like a DK Metcalf physical.
Lloyd's going to pick him.
And then the Drake London from USC is the first wide receiver that was taken.
He went up to Atlanta, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but the only thing was Atlanta's their offense blows.
Mariota's throwing the ball now. But
I'm going to call it right now. I already know who D'Darien's picking.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep.
He's got 6 and 7 back to back.
He's going to pick this guy at one of those picks.
Who is it?
The Cook brother who went to the Bills. I'm calling it right now.
James?
Is that not a classic D'Darien pick? Oh, you can't get – it's so hard to get running backs in this league.
Hey, you want to do like actual timely stuff that we can talk about here? The NFL schedule got released, right?
We should have talked about that.
Yeah, probably, right?
I didn't know that happened.
It got released at 8:00, so 2 hours ago. And ESPN.
10 o'clock. I feel tired.
ESPN just wrote a huge thing. Michael Clay wrote it about who's got the easiest fantasy schedules.
Oh,
you want to hear it?
Oh,
yeah.
So the easiest opposing defenses for fantasy for the upcoming year are number 1. I'll do it backwards. How about that?
You can do 32 up.
No, number 3. Number 3 easiest. So these guys got the best matchups. The Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay.
Number 2, the Green Bay Packers.
Ooh, big year for States.
Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon. You get all these guys. And then the number 1 easiest fantasy schedule is the Washington Commanders.
Ooh, they need it.
Antonio you just named 3 teams that have no relevant fantasy guys.
Oh, Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson. They got the guy from Penn State.
They got the Penn State guy, but they have Carson Wentz throwing them. Who's the hardest?
The top 3 hardest are.
Those guys all play in bad conferences too.
They do.
At 3, the Carolina Panthers. So McCaffrey, DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson.
You got to play the Saints. You got to play Tom Brady and the Bucs twice.
Yeah. Well, the Bucs defense.
Number 2 is the Pittsburgh Steelers. They have a very tough schedule and a weak offensive line. Najee Harris, Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool all have tough matchups. And then the number 1 hardest matchup, according to the season schedule that was just released 2 hours ago, are the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, that's tough.
So,
okay.
I dropped Cordell Patterson or put him on the trading block.
Ooh,
you did?
I should. Based on that new information.
They got a whole thing here about individual players that got positional upgrades based on the schedules. You want to hear that?
Pete, why did we not lead with this?
Well, somebody's got to be the producer on this show.
Sorry.
The guy at the beginning is I can't believe we're talking about the location of the draft.
All right. They say so these are positions that got individual players that got upgrades on the schedule. So at quarterback, the biggest upgrade was for Daniel Jones, Trevor Lawrence, and Russell Wilson. So that's pretty cool.
I find it funny. Where's Matt Ryan on that list? Upgrade.
I don't know. For running backs, the top upgraded running backs are David Montgomery, Jonathan Taylor, like he needed it, and Devontae Williams. So they get the biggest boost from the schedule.
Oh, the Darian there.
Devontae
not Jonathan Taylor.
Javonte Williams.
Denver, okay.
Right. And then at wide receiver, the top gains are Philadelphia guys. So A.J. Brown now and Devonta Smith. New York Giants, so Kenny Golladay and Kadarius Toney, and the Dallas Cowboys, CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup.
Michael Gallup, 2 of my guys there, baby.
How the Giants get all these upgrades? What did they do? Just the Brian Davis?
Just their schedule is not very good.
The easiest schedule. They're the softest fantasy schedule.
They stunk last year, so they play the worst teams. Washington's secondary is not very good. Philly's secondary is not very good. There you go.
Built into that has to be some sort of calibration for the new head coach because they were freaking really bad last year.
Who?
The Giants offense.
Yeah, they're going to be bad again this year, except Saquon's going to go crazy.
Yeah. And then for tight end, Evan Ingram and Austin Hooper and that guy Albert. Okay, well, I don't know how to say.
Don't play tight ends in our league, guys. Come on, everyone knows that.
And then they got players that were downgraded. Ready?
By the way, I say that. Did any team in the playoffs play a tight end? Significant? I don't think so. Sorry, Pete. Worst downgrades.
I play tight ends. I play them all the time. Mark Andrews.
Market like the best tight end. You go ahead.
Okay, the biggest downgrades by position: Lamar Jackson, Zach Wilson, and Trey Lance. At running back, it was Leonard Fournette.
Starter? Isn't Garoppolo still there?
No, Garoppolo's gone. Where'd he go?
I don't think he's gone, dude.
He's still there. They can't train because he had shoulder surgery.
Oh.
They're waiting until July.
Running back downgrades: Leonard Fournette, Joe Mixon, Cam Akers, and Miles Sanders. Wide receiver downgrades are Baltimore, Rashard Bateman, but who cares? Garrett Wilson and Elijah Moore on the Jets, and Deontay Johnson and Chase Claypool on the Steelers. And then the tight ends, the downgrades are Uzama, Mark Andrews, Noah Fant, and Darren Waller. So Noah Fant, Lloyd will be upset by that because it's a big pillar of his team.
I
can't believe Lloyd still kept Noah Fant. Sorry, kids.
No impact whatsoever on the Jumbos.
You didn't have one of your players named at all?
They said if you want to get a player with the easiest fantasy schedule this year, like if you're like, I just need somebody, they said the players in the NFC East have the best matchups for fantasy this year. So any player in the NFC East seems to be the ones that are.
So they're assuming the defenses in the NFC East must stink.
Yep. And the division that they're matched up with must stink.
Okay.
And then Detroit Lions, Indianapolis Colts round out that list. So interesting stuff.
Mike, Pete, good way to close. Probably should have led with it, but I wanted to get that draft stuff in.
Sorry.
Right, that's it. Larry Zonka went through the whole.
You wait to the end.
This is a follow-up. Both Woodhead and Maroney wore 39 for the Pats. Both.
Oh, way to go, Case. Good job, buddy.
Yeah. He's the Google machine.
Google machine. So that's good. Sounds good to me.
There we go. All right, get Pete your money.
We're 40 next. We got the 40th episode next time.
Do we want to plan for what number? Should we do 42 at the draft? Jackie Robinson episode?
I don't know. Jackie Robinson's kind of a jerk. I looked at his personal history. It's not very great.
You can't say that.
Do you know that he is the only athlete to earn 4 varsity letters in 1 year?
The audacity of that guy. He had it so easy. He's just a jerk for no reason.
No, he earned.
How could one ever blame him?
No, there's a really, really scary history with Jackie Robinson. Don't look into it. But yeah, he earned 4 varsity letters in college and 2 in spring. He earned it for baseball and track in the same year. Can you imagine being a varsity letter? Anyway, very impressive.
Anything else you want to say before we sign off, Pete?
Oh my God.
All right, Steve, we missed you, buddy.
Let's try to make it a little better than 39.
All right. It has to be better. This was the throwaway episode. We just wanted to see each other, talk about sports. You and Andy got to figure it out. Everybody else pay Pete. I'm already in. For Brian, for Pete, I'm Mike.
Goodbye.